Well, hey, good morning, friends. How's it going? I thought today we'd do a quick review of the Heatmor outdoor wood furnace. We've had this unit for 4 years now, and so far we've been incredibly happy with it. The only thing thus far we've had to replace is a water pump on the back, but the unit itself has delivered heat all throughout the winter, powered by wood, which heats a hot water bladder up here and a water pump in the house. Pumps that 180-degree water in the house, and the old furnace fan blows air, obviously kicks on with a thermostat, blows air through that radiator with the hot water in it and heats the whole house with this really nice, moist, static-free, clean heat for the winter. And they also make an attachment that you can hook up for your hot water heater as well, which we do not have. Anyway, I just wanted to go through the unit and kind of show people there's, I don't know, a lot of people around our area that have switched to this style of heat. Propane, the first winter we lived here, was incredibly expensive, and we wanted an alternative. We can still use propane if we want to, but we didn't want that to be our primary heat source. I use the wood ashes in the garden. I don't mind. I love the exercise of getting out and cutting wood. I'm still young. It's, you know, for me, it's a way to get out in the woods, run the saw a little bit. And for me, I mean, this load of wood behind me, that'll last over a month easily. And with it being cold, I mean, right now our highs are averaging in the 40s and lows are getting down into the high 20s. So it's not really all that cold yet. And right now I'm not even really burning any hardwoods. I mean, oak, I guess, but I'm burning a lot of maple and hackberry, more of a fibrous wood, just a lot of birch, just brush stuff. I'm not touching any hedge or locust yet. I've started burning cedar in this thing. It'll burn anything. You just need to do a little bit more, you know, clean out your chimney flue a couple times. So let's go through the unit. Heatmor. So they have a switch right here. You turn this. This turns your outdoor light on. This is how you know that the fan has stopped running. And this is what you turn on when you open up your firebox so it doesn't smoke you out. And it's going to get smoky here. Right here, this is our add water. This tells you when this gets below this little shutoff here, I know that the water level needs, this is actually how last week I found out my water pump had quit on me. It was leaking a little bit in the back and I noticed it got low. Now, what you will notice is as the temperature goes down, you want your temperature, the thermostat will kick on at 150 degrees and crank it back up to 180. But when your water temperature gets colder, this will drop a little bit without necessarily having less water. So just keep that in mind. These two water lines come through the door. Here's your firebox, big old firebox. I just loaded it just a second ago. Under the bottom are some slatted grates. And then right here, this is your fan. Okay, so this fan, there's a tube that runs under the fan. That fan will kick on when the thermostat hits. Woo! Let's kick that fan on and see. Yeah. So now you can see the fan's running. It's kicking some flames. I probably need to clean the ash out of the back. That will start to take off. If you can have one of these in town, I think the only stipulation is you have to raise the level of the chimney above the level of the houses. So you put an extension with some stabilizers on it and you're good to go. So on top, obviously there's your chimney, and then this little thing right here, this is how you add water. You see that? There. That's how you add water to the unit. In the back, this is your ash clean out. You take these two things off and they give you a little auger here. You put the auger in, put a shovel under it, auger it out a couple times a week, get a bucket full of free garden fertilizer. I use mine as a multi-purpose electric fencer storage, keeps it out of the water, and there's an extra plug in here. This is how the back is set up, and this is the medium-sized model I have. So this is your return line. And what will happen is you'll have to dig a trench from your furnace into your house about 2.5, 3 foot deep, and you'll bury this 1-inch PEX line, insulated 1-inch PEX. And when you run that in, you'll run it to where your old furnace is, and you'll install the radiator. I did all that myself. I had a Heatmor dealer come and do the electrical stuff for me, but everything else, I placed the furnace, poured the slab, basically did everything else. All he had to do was do the soldering and hook up the electrical, and that was it. It was very simple. All in all, to put this unit in 4 years ago was about $10,000, and I know we probably would have spent half of that on propane in those 4 years. So it has cut down our bill for heating in the winter tremendously, because the only electricity we're using is, and this is that pump that went out. I just replaced it a week ago. Very simple. Undo these 4 bolts, undo these 4 bolts, stick the new pump in, new seals, good to go. I know the price of these has gone up, mainly because of our lovely government's demands on emissions and that type of thing. The only other thing I had to show you was this is, you unbolt these 2 bolts, and this is how you clean out your chimney. There's a big flat deal in there, and you use the tool that they give for pushing wood in your firebox, this little deal right here. You'll run that up there, clean out your chimney flue, and that's it. Very simple unit. It's, if you got some willpower and not afraid to try and figure something out, it's pretty easy to do on your own. Unless, I mean, I am not an expert solderer, so obviously I had the dealer do that for me. But yeah, so far we've been really happy with this, and Heatmor customer service has been top-notch at figuring out, asking questions. So yeah, if you have any questions or curiosity or whatever, feel free to post your questions below. And if you're thinking about pursuing an alternative way to heat your house in the wintertime, especially if you have access or like to get out and get some exercise and cut wood in the fall and wintertime, this is a pretty awesome thing to do, especially if you have young kids in the wood cutting age. It's good exercise for them too. It gets them off their video games and gets them out in the woods where they need to be cutting up wood. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day today. We'll catch you guys later. See ya.